God has gone. He has withdrawn. He's gathered up the train of his holiness, stepped back into the plain of his wilderness, gone from his dame, his wife, his adulteress, left, though it pains him, with brokenness. God has withdrawn his name from our very midst, and we have not even noticed. For we are so focused on our songs and motions, on our prayers and tokens, on our plates and potions. Now that God has removed his glorious closeness, his absence has simply gone unnoticed. For we don't even need God to continue our godly devotions. And these notions are going unspoken. For idols have prophesied to our prophets. Titles have evangelized our evangelists. And our shepherds and apostles are so busy inventing a gospel that we haven't had the sense to question, is God even in this? But the Lord reminisces. I remember when I brought you up out of the land of your detention, out of the grave you made of your sin's own invention, how you were destined for nothing but death's apprehension. I remember when I became flesh, became husband, became your redemption. But you have replaced me, displaced me with a God of your own convention, recreated me into a deity that best suits your intentions, and have reinstated this idol of idleness as my new depiction. Listen, for the fact of God's presence must enter contention, for we have not kept his way in retention. We've traded in the church for an experience, put costly grace on clearance, forsaken hard truth for the mysterious, exchanged a free gift for the meritorious, and have replaced the foolishness of the cross for the good news of our own brilliance. We have abandoned our glorious God for the worthless idol of our own flesh and blood. Then why are we so offended to hear that God has relented, suspended his presence, withdrawn his luminescence from our body of attendance? Or have we so quickly forgotten the story of the 5,000, the bread and the fishes? How after Jesus multiplied the food, the crowd was impressed with a decision that they were going to use this power to accomplish their own mission, to make Jesus their king by force, to overthrow the oppressive Roman system. But that was not his intention. So Jesus withdrew into the mountains. He flew into the hills for the sake of his identity's protection, his path selection, his prayerful reflection, and his eventual resurrection, which begs the question, since we tried to make Jesus into a savior of our souls, but not their judger, a forgiver of our sin, but not its punisher, the creator of heaven, but not the other, the acceptor of a lukewarm life lived undercover, since we tried to make Jesus into a license for acquiring our blessings of stuff, not our everything, but only enough, since we tried to make him into anything he is not, has he too withdrawn from us? Is Jesus alone in the mountains? We are alone in our churches? Is he following the Father and we're just following our urges? Not that he's left us in the lurch or that we should forsake the assembly of his body's work, but maybe we've just given up the search, left the hill of Golgotha's death for Olive's resurrection perch, which makes one fact clearly overt, that it's not God who has withdrawn from us, it's us who have left him in the dirt. Does a bride forget her gown? Does a king forget his crown? Does a blind man forget his cane? Does a conductor forget her train? Does an officer forget his gun? Does a mother forget her son? But we have forgotten the one who creates, saves, and bathes us in his love. We have placed our comfort, safety, and lives above the one in whom all life has begun, yet we take no responsibility, claiming to be following faithfully, failing to believe that we are even guilty. That's like a liar vying for validity, a stealth bomber claiming passivity, a runner maintaining disability. It's like a prostitute arguing her own virginity to say that we are not filthy, that we have not brought this on, that God has not indeed withdrawn. But recognizing his departure alone will not suffice, for he did not withdraw to leave us, but to lead us to his side. So let us withdraw from ourselves to find his way, his truth, and his life. Let's withdraw from our sedentary faith to find his sacrificial way. Let's withdraw from our facts and soothe to find his offensive truth. Let's withdraw from our refusal to die to find his endless life. Let's withdraw from following our way with our truth for our life. Let's withdraw from our way until we find that his will keep us totally enthralled. Withdraw from our facts until only his we can recall. Withdraw from our life to make his our all in all. Let's find the way to withdrawal.